everybody listen to Derek Carter. Yeah. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to a Pocket Party. Pocket Party. They're wrong.
Previously on the Pocket Party podcast, Darren started a party in your ear holes.
And we're back. Hey, a very special episode of the Pocket Party podcast. Thank you again for joining us. And if you get a chance, see that little subscribe button? Subscribe. That way you'll always know when we upload a new episode. You won't be like, what can I listen to?
Smash it.
Smash it. There you go. Yeah, if you're watching YouTube, smash that like button.
Smash it.
Smash it. Leave a comment. Smash it.
Smash it.
Yeah. Yeah, subscribe. I always say, if I'm your favorite podcast, thank you. And if anything, just put us in the rotation. Put us in the top 5, To my right, I got John DiResta. How are you, my man?
I'm doing okay.
$1.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Dude, thank you. It's always fun to have you on, man. Former NYPD, an actor. He was a cop. He worked in transit.
I was a New York City transit cop in the subway of New York for 8 years alone. Solo patrol with a radio that does not work. And then the NYPD took us over, and I did 4 more years as a New York City cop in the Homeless Outreach Unit.
Wow.
Commonly known as the Skell Squad.
Wow. How is it now? You know how everything changes.
Oh, everything. When I was a New York City transit, New York City cop in the homeless unit, we never arrested anybody. Plain clothes, except for the flea collar.
Yeah.
And we gave out sandwiches. We helped people. We took homeless people to the shelter.
Yeah.
And believe it or not just homeless people in the subway. You'd have people that fly here from other countries and have nowhere to stay, like world travelers that would just have a knapsack, and they would call us and we would help them out.
I wonder how it's changed. Have you?
So what I'm getting at is now, the last I heard in the homeless unit was must arrest. Like when you come across a homeless guy doing something wrong, you got to handcuff him and take him in, and it's the exact opposite of when I was there. Now. And I don't want to get political, but with a lot of these libtards in these bigger cities, I assume there's no law at all. Homeless people could just do whatever they want. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure.
Especially in LA, right? It seems like it.
I can't get over it. I almost hit somebody 7 nights a week when I'm out driving. There's someone crosses the street in dark clothing, in no lighting, on Lancashire, Vineland, Laurel Canyon, 7 nights a week.
It's crazy.
And then there's you drive every 20 feet. There's like a 3-tiered bum city.
Like I was taught to cross at the green, not in between.
Yeah,
right? There's a certain.
You're not a homeless guy that defecates in his underwear.
Yeah,
you're a comedian that defecates in his underwear.
Or corner to corner, cross corner to corner. They say
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're
but now
dangerous.
they even made a law, right? You could just cross anywhere. They said it was.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Really?
Yeah, I believe they made a law.
Jaywalking was racist.
Yeah, that exactly. That's what they said.
Listen, I came to LA for 1 day. I was a New York City cop. I had a TV deal in the works. I flew to L.A., and I stopped at Starbucks on Ventura Boulevard in Studio City. And I don't want to drop names, but the first person I bumped into was Michael Wheels Parisi. You know him, the comedian?
He opens for Andrew Dice Clay.
And I crossed against the red, and an LAPD cop rolled down the window and said, "You're not from around here, are you?" And I said, "How did you know that?" He said, "We don't jaywalk here." That was, what a difference now, 20 years later.
Yeah, one of my first tickets was
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was down by Universal Studios on Lancashire Boulevard. I crossed against the red light. It said, it was red, and I crossed because I knew I could make it.
Right.
And then the motorcycle cop pulled up on me.
They gave you a ticket?
Yeah, he actually cursed at me. He goes, "Are you fucking colorblind?" And I was like,
goodness.
He goes, "The light's red." And I was like, I just was going to...
Well, what a difference. A New York City cop would never stop someone for that.
Yeah.
Ever.
And that was like, come on, man. That was like in the 90s, so...
Come on, get the body off the corner. Dr. Dean Act.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. But
Yankees won 2-0. Get the body off the corner.
Oh, boy. Yeah. But I wonder, though, about like how police work is, like, if you ever read anything or hear anything. Because everything, even cars are different now, dude. I got into a modern car, like a 2025 car, which for you guys that have newer cars, you're used to all this stuff. I mean, dude, they got like, how it is, like the backup cameras.
Yeah,
and
I don't have any of that. Everything I drive is old.
The keyless entry.
Yeah.
You just press stop and you brake. And I was thinking about that compared to the older cars. and everything is like
Everything changes, and sometimes I don't like it.
I agree.
I could never be a cop now with all the video cameras and this and that and the people that just have no respect for the police.
How about this? You go to a restaurant and some places don't accept cash. Like they're like cards only.
I think you're going to say don't accept cops.
No, don't
That's
accept
another
cops.
thing. They won't feed the cops.
That is true.
And God, who knows what they're putting in your food.
Yeah, remember that? Like around 5 years ago.
Yeah, they're just not going to serve
They
cops.
were like, they kicked those cops out of
I
Starbucks.
don't like any of it.
Hopefully that's behind us.
I don't know, man. No, it's
I
too
don't know.
ingrained. I told you, watch this. Here's a weird fact.
Yeah.
For 20 years as a comedian, no matter where you were in America, you just say, hey, by the way, I used to have a real job. I'm a former New York City cop. And it's an interesting tip-off. It's an interesting kickoff spot. And people would clap.
Yeah.
Now, nobody claps. Nobody.
Wow.
They go out of their way. They sit on their hands. And I have to say sometimes, and I don't mean to be mean, I say, that's okay. You don't have to clap. I only would have given my life for everyone in this room. Can you say the same about me? And then I get a little... I go, and when they clap, I go, it's too late. I know where we're at.
Yeah.
It's true. As much as I did not like being a cop, I know friends of mine that gave their lives for complete strangers.
Dude,
gave their lives.
When I get on stage, I tell people for 25 years, I sold Amway. And nobody claps. It's bullshit. And I go, that's okay. I would have given you the
For 25 years, I've been beatboxing.
Are you kidding me? I've been doing that for 45 years. No,
Wow.
No, I don't know how long I've been doing it. But no, and by the way, if you're listening and you don't get jokes, I never sold Amway. And he really was a cop, though. But
I don't like the disrespect. I don't like... And now with the Instagram, how can you not sit and watch all these interactions all day long?
I try not to do it, man. I just heard this great podcast with Jelly Roll, who lost a lot of weight, man.
Right.
He's actually able to run again. It was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And he said something really interesting. He said that he just, he goes, man, what am I doing? He goes, I found that it was another addiction. I'm just watching bar fights on my phone. I'm nothing that's helping my life. And it's like, I try to get that crap out of my algorithm, but it keeps coming back up, right? Because
it keeps coming back
right?
up.
Because you'll see something that's like interesting and you're like, oh, okay. And then you'll watch. I'm like, I don't want to wake up every morning and within the first 5 minutes of waking up, I'm seeing some kind of like incident.
Negative stuff.
Yeah. So,
and dude, for me, I've been noticing, because I had a tiny bit of a health scare, so I haven't been out and about in the world, and I find myself an hour and a half, 2 hours later, thinking, oh, that was a short session of doom scrolling. Have you ever heard they call that?
Yeah.
But I look at it in a different way. I find it entertaining, and some of it I can't watch. People that are stuck in small spaces, caves, divers, or people at...
like this office right now that we're doing the podcast in. Like, it reminds me of being on the Pocket Party. Get me out of here.
What I'm getting at is...
Coal miners who have to get on their...
coal miner
Dude,
stuff.
I read this story. I watched this documentary on YouTube, and the coal miner had to crawl on his belly about a half a mile to go to work. Like, he had to say goodbye to the outside world, get on his belly because there's like a 3-foot space basically, and certain points
why don't they make, if they can make the space 3 feet, why don't they make it 6 feet?
I don't know. And I also, this is like, this coal mine was probably from the 30s. When that guy
I
did that.
dated a girl whose stepdad was a coal miner. And the night I met him, we sat around a table like this, and he went through everything for 3 or 4 hours, showed me the photos, and I just kept saying, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. And he did it for 35 years, and he got a big pension, but still.
Yeah.
It's got to be the worst job on earth.
I know.
Did you see the big movie Netflix is coming out with?
Yeah, transgender coal miner.
Transgender coal miner is the hero.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
See, I remember when I was
We don't need World War II movies.
We don't. Yeah, during the pandemic, and I was spending a lot of time on a farm, and I was trying to upload these hour-long episodes. And, the Wi-Fi is real shoddy out in the boonies. So I was like, well, let me go to the local Starbucks to use public Wi-Fi to upload. And I'd be in my... And the Starbucks, they would all close back then. Like, they wouldn't let you in. You touchless, don't come in. So I'd have to be in my car, but close enough to get to the Wi-Fi.
Right.
So I'd have the car on, but then you don't want to be running your car for that long. So I'd turn it off, and it would be burning up, dude. It'd be so hot. And some places had shade, some didn't. But I would always come back, and it would take me 2.5 hours to upload these episodes.
Right.
And I'd go back and I'd be like, you know what? I'm not in a coal mine. Like I'm in a parking lot in a hot car uploading some content for the masses.
A coal mine's got to, it's got to be. Now watch this. I hate to bring it back to John DiResta. Try working in the New York City subway underground alone.
Yeah.
In the winter, in the summer, you're underground.
Yeah.
And put aside the human waste that's everywhere and the stink. Trains have steel wheels, and those steel wheels grind against a steel train track and produce a thing called steel dust. So you literally can go home with your face looking like you were in a coal mine, and your lungs, or if a cop did like a 12-hour shift, he had like a dirt ring around his nose, and that was steel.
When were those subways put in? Any idea?
Like in the early 1900s.
Wow.
And I think there's 479 stops, and I worked at every single one of them. You know
and
why?
you'd hop on those trains. Why?
Because I was a homeless outreach cop,
Yeah.
so we would get calls to all these random places.
Would you hop? And you'd hop on those trains too, right?
Yeah, sometimes. Well, in the beginning, you ride it. Do you remember the movie The Warriors?
Yeah, Warriors.
So they had to go from Van Cortlandt Park to Coney Island, one trip, south. I went from Coney Island to Van Cortlandt Park twice a night without a gang. I was alone with a radio that didn't work in a police uniform.
Oh my gosh.
I had to do that same trip.
Yeah.
They had to do it once.
When did you start? In the 80s?
86.
So that was breakdancing still popular?
Yeah, breakdancing.
Was that kind of cool to see
People
that?
would throw cardboard down in the subway. Yeah, anything that brings you out of staring at the wall. That's all you're doing as a transit cop.
Wow.
You count the tiles.
Wow.
That's a part of your survival.
Counting tiles.
Counting
you
tiles.
Yeah, I was going to say you couldn't even play on your phone. They didn't have them, and if they did,
No,
there's no
you
reception.
didn't have a phone then. And what I did was I wind up becoming a reader. I read anything I can get my hands on. I would read newspapers from different countries. If somebody disregarded a magazine in the subway, even if I wasn't interested in it, I learned a lot of unusual facts.
You find cool stuff like money? Ever see money on that?
There was Big Al Ostaszewski. His whole night was dedicated to finding money.
I was listening to this podcast, a crime podcast, but only I'm not really into crime stuff, but it was regarding country music, which is one of my passions. I love it. It's one of my interests, one of my escapes, if you will, one of my guilty pleasures. And I think it's called like Murder on Music Row. Okay. And this is this second season, and they were going through this police report, and they were talking about this detective that was interviewing people, but then they also pulled up his file. And they said that this guy, they were saying some of the things, because it's all public knowledge, but like things he got in trouble for were like playing like Pac-Man on the job and, shit like that. Because I think it is, this is before cell phones were popular.
So he might have had a little handheld phone.
Like it might have been like...
I carried an AM/FM radio.
Yeah.
So whenever we were above ground, I could listen to Dr. Ruth on Sunday nights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had like a certain amount of radio shows that I probably way long ago in the homeless outreach van was Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Oh, yeah.
Love Lines.
Did you ever want to be a detective or those people that go to the interrogation room and you
Yes. Yeah. When I took the police exam in 85, one out of every 10, one went to transit and one went to housing. That's where like real ghetto, like welfare housing apartment buildings.
Yeah.
They had their own police department, and the other 8 went to NYPD. So everybody took the test with the intentions of going to NYPD. I didn't know what kind of cop I was going to be. I didn't know if I wanted to be a homicide detective, ride a Harley, drive a horse. I didn't know what.
Oh, you're like, it was exciting.
There's
all
a
the
lot
options.
You could fly an airplane in the NYPD. You could be in scuba. They're out every day on a boat getting drunk. Every day. Every day. Every day they're working their bronze and drinking.
Yeah. But they got to scuba dive.
But if something went down, they got to be ready. But my point being, when I got transit assigned to the transit police, everything crumbled. Everything. You talk about
Yeah.
foreclosure of a dream.
Wow. Did you ever get to go to those interrogation rooms or be in on those?
I was in on a couple of big capers, but as a gopher. You know, say someone got hit by a train, someone got killed.
Oh, yeah.
DiResta and
But how about like
Rinaldi.
bank robbers or something like that? And then they think they caught the guys.
No, I never really got to sit in on that. I was in on those getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I was sat down a good 7 to 10 times that, look,
Oh, you
should quit.
You were the one getting interrogated.
Yeah, you should quit.
Oh,
you don't like it here.
Where they're asking
you
questions.
made T-shirts.
And what were you doing at 3 a.m. and this and that?
I made T-shirts that said, "My back aches and I want to quit." And that was the slogan for the New York City Transit Police. And I look back, I was a rebel rouser.
And you thought it was, hey, this is funny. And
It's funny.
You gave out T-shirts or something? Or just,
I sold them, $10 each. My back aches and I want to quit. It's a funny slogan.
Yeah.
Because you're riding a train. Dude, your legs hurt.
Wow. But even in this, okay, so this thing that I'm listening to, there was like a cop that flew from Nashville to Nebraska because one of these guys that there was a guy that got murdered, and then he's like, he thought this guy might have something to do with it.
Yeah, I get it. He had to go after him.
Yeah, he flies up there and they go and they're looking at the file and they go, he actually talked to him for, like the first time 12 minutes. Oh, and remember this and remember that. And okay, we got what we needed, okay, well.
Right.
And they go, he didn't read him his rights. So they're like, we don't know how legit that was. And then he went back like 3 weeks later, and now they said the meeting was 33 minutes. And then they said one of the local cops, she goes in there with him. That's why I was wondering, like she was asking him questions too. But they asked these questions that you're like, how would you even know? Like they were like, they got the guy to he admitted that the soap that the killer or whatever, the soap in the restroom was Dial soap. Like who remembers what? I don't know what kind of soap they use at the Improv or the Laugh Factory or public places. Would you?
Watch this. We're trained, especially if you're intuitive. I'm intuitive on my own. When I was a little kid, my dad used to say I asked way too many questions. And when I used to work with other cops for the night that didn't know me, I was told way more than once, you ask a lot of questions. But I just want to be full of knowledge and, whatever, and pass the time. I want to do two things and be funny. But they do teach you, and you pick up a lot of tactics, like to look in a mirror. Like when you're walking alone in the subway, you're going to use every reflective mirror or window to help you see who's behind you to the left. It's just second nature.
It's hilarious you say that. One of my first jobs outside of being a comedian, early on, I was a security guard.
Right.
And one of the head security guards told me to do that.
Yeah.
He's like, don't just turn around. They'll know. Like, just learn to look at reflections and look around. That's what he said.
Or even speak with your hands. If you walked out to me right now just to ask me a question, my hands would be, I would find a reason to have them.
To kind of block in case someone wants to. You know what I saw too with body language? They said to show your palms. It lets people, puts them at ease. Like, hey, how you doing? Because it goes back to your brain. Like, oh, this guy has no weapon on him.
And
like, hey,
on a little bit of an offshoot of that, I passed somebody. I passed 2 or 3 people today in a very close proximity.
Yeah.
That I could tell they weren't good people.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
Yeah.
Homeless, this, that.
Yeah.
Were caught. He looks like a drug addict or a drug dealer. And I have a very, very innate, easy way to put them at, to let them know I don't want any trouble.
Yeah.
And if you're going to give me any trouble, I'd rather not have it. It's a weird. Even my friend Peter Wren said, I've never seen anyone that could just walk up to.
What do? You start shadowboxing?
No.
This could be you, bitch.
No, it's more like literally if you and I were just crossing paths in a tight spot.
Yeah.
As we're 3 feet apart, I would just go, okay. We're okay. You know what I mean?
Oh, you say you verbally say something?
I'm saying something to let him know.
Oh, you verbally
that
go
I don't want him to brush me. I don't want to brush him. Yeah, dude, it's okay. It's going to be okay. And even just tonight,
you don't say hi or nothing
while I was waiting. No,
okay.
I'm past the hi.
Oh,
I'm trying to set a tone that
we're okay.
Yeah, that's it. In a roundabout way. And you know what I made tonight?
Yeah,
3 meatball sandwiches that tomorrow I will use as cachet when I see a bum. If he walks to my car, he has something nice to eat. Or if I just see In other words, I am already planning on helping homeless people tomorrow.
Yeah.
However,
Why tomorrow?
Just because I have this fresh food.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know if it was like the anniversary of.
No. It was I have some fresh food, and I want to do some good because a little good happened to me, so I want to spread the love.
Yeah, that's good. We're good. No, but I heard the palm thing. You know what's interesting? If you look at, and again, I don't want to get political either, but like if you see certain like governors like of California, when they sit, they cross their legs like this, really tight, like crushing their nut sacks. It's kind of letting people know, like, hey, I'm just a very non-threatening kind of guy. Like I'm just non-threatening. I'm just kind of
jazz hands.
Yeah, jazz hands. A lot of like, hey, I'm non-threat. And then somebody pointed out that Pete Buttigieg, I think his name is. He's a gay.
Yeah, I know he is.
Or the other. They said that he doesn't do that. He tries to masculate up a little bit, where he's like,
he does.
He doesn't cross his legs. So it's interesting what people do with their
body language is a very, even as stand-ups. What we do non-verbally usually connects more.
Yeah,
it means more.
Yeah, I was born with the great gift of shock red hair when I first started. So immediately I put the audience at ease. Like I would walk into like black rooms and immediately it's already funny. They're already like, like as a kid, I would make people laugh. I remember internally I knew like, I was like, because I remember sometimes people would laugh at me, because I looked different than them. And I thought, wow, this is cool. I reframed it in my mind. I said I can intentionally make people laugh with an intent, and I intently did that. But I can also make them laugh by just them making fun of me or looking at me. So as long as I'm bringing laughter to the world,
and you can accept it, you don't mind it.
Yeah, I said that's what I do in this world. I give people. That's what I said.
We give them. I think what you and I do. You do it very well. Every time I see it, it's amazing. We let people release.
Yeah,
we give them freedom,
right,
to laugh. And
I love being a comedian. I love it, man. Don't you love it? I love being a stand-up comedian.
But watch this. I haven't done a set in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, it was a really good time for me to recoup.
That's good. You need that.
Every night at 8,
I
went, I just have to watch Gutfeld, and I'll be asleep by 8:41.
But I remember you made it your goal, one of those, like maybe a year ago or whatever, you go, every night I want to be on stage every 24 hours.
Yeah.
So that's okay. A person needs to take a break.
Yeah.
Even and I go back to life's instruction book, the Bible. In the Bible, they have the day of rest. Human being needs reflection, a day to rest, a time. It doesn't have to be a day. It could be longer, whatever, to do that. So that's okay. You're recharging, man. Like you can't.
Not only am I recharging, I don't know if I ever told anybody this. About 14 days ago, I got pretty ill, and I had to go to a hospital. I had to go to ICU, and I was told told a few days later, if I had come in an hour later, that's it. I would have had heart failure, organ failure. I was an hour away from the big flea market in the sky, for real. And they nursed me back, and I'm legitimately thinking that I'm just going to have a different outlook on the stand-up. In other words, I want to continue to do it. I want to bring a lesson, whatever that lesson might be, and I'm going to put it in blunt terms. I'm going to give a shit less if they laugh, because I'm alive, and I'm here to tell them a story that, hey, watch this, so that could happen to you. In other words, I'm teaching them a lesson, and I'm going to not chase the laughs.
Right. Yeah. What's the point? What's the point of chasing the laughs? It's like,
right. We know they're going to come.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I thought about you last night, man. You know what we should do?
I'm not gay.
I don't know if I should. I know. I was thinking about this. I thought about you last night. I was at the Laugh Factory, Hollywood Laugh Factory. It was a big ass show. It was great shows. Fraser Smith, KLOS Radio. They sponsored Honda. Honda dealership. They sponsored the show, and Fraser's
Heidi and Frank.
All that stuff. And then Fraser's the host, and he's like, at the end, it's really cool. He's like, and listen to me on Sunday nights, KLOS 95.5. But Orny Adams was on the show, and a few other people that were really good. And one comedian, his name is, I forget his last name, Dan. And he does a whole bit, and I was like, man, I wish John was here to see this. It was kind of what you do in real life, but he has a whole act about it, and it was great. And I was like, it was basically like you know how like I'll be walking the neighborhood, and if I see like some wood or a table or something somebody's thrown out, I'll take a snapshot and send it to you. And he does a thing about how his wife was on like not Facebook Marketplace, but Facebook, something like that. But he goes, she's in this group, and then they exchange stuff for free. There's no money exchange. It's like, oh, I've got this broken doll and I have a bike with no bicycle seat, and they do it. And he said that like there'll be like 7 things on the front porch, and he sees on the Ring cam all day long, Linda's coming over and here comes Raquel or whatever. I don't know. It was a whole bit that he made funny.
Junk addicted people.
Something like that. But the crowd was laughing. There were some women in the front row. I was like, that's me. I do that too. I'm in a group like that. Ha, ha, ha. And then he said how she's like, I need you to take, because I was in and out because I was up soon, but he did a whole bit about how she's like, I need you to go to this alley. There's an alley and it's on, and she like names the streets, and he's like, what am I doing? She's like, you're picking up candy. There's gonna be candy. He goes, wait, I'm picking up candy in an alley. She's like, yeah, because I have a piñata and then the candy's gonna go in that whatever. But it was funny, and I was like, man, I wish DiResta could see this, because I feel like it turns out that guy's, I think he's a writer. I know he has been a writer, but
right.
I think he's a writer on the Tim Allen Show. So like his writing level's pretty high. And I thought, man, just to see someone like that, it's kind of inspiring to
take an inane subject and bring everybody in.
Same thing with Orny. I was watching Orny Adams, and he did this whole thing. Dude, believe it or not, he does a whole bit about a flashlight.
Oh,
it was hilarious.
Yep.
Hilarious. He's like, I got to get a flashlight. Have you seen that commercial? So, anybody here got any men here? Whatever. And this guy's like, I go, how many lumens does it? How many lumens? And the guy's like, 29,000 or whatever. And he goes, mine has 60,000. But he talks about the commercial, and they're like, this flashlight can be seen for 3 nautical miles. And he's like, oh, because mine can only be seen for 2.5 nautical. If I'm on my yacht, I can't find how to get home. And dude, it was hilarious. And then he talks about how this flashlight in the commercials dropped in a block of ice. And then my flashlight, I put in ice, it ruined it. In the commercial, the guy drops his flashlight from a helicopter. My flashlight, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he has a big punchline at the end, but it was so fun to watch that. And then it was great to follow him. And I'm up there for a couple of minutes, and then I'm like, hey, Orny, I'm always prepared. And then bam, I bring out my flashlight. Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, it's good to see like other comedians that are working at a high level, and just to see what they're doing and how it can be done, and just those little things. It's fun to watch. Like, I know your buddy doesn't really use the microphone a lot. I forget his name.
Steve Marshall.
Yeah, watching Orny last night, he left the mic in the mic stand and kind of, let people. He projects a lot, and he's kind of around the mic, and he's on. And then there's parts, and he finally started using the mic, and it's just great to see, as opposed to these nervous comedians who are just cursing way too much and
talking about sex acts.
Yeah, or just looking like they don't even.
I had a funny incident with Orny. I had the sitcom, was on TV, and when people think you have a sitcom, they think your bank account never gets empty. They think that you live on clouds. They really think that you're a king.
Your gas is always full.
Your gas is always full. Yeah. Your everything. And here I was selling benches I made out of wood I found in the street at the main flea market in Hollywood. Little did I know I was going to bump into people that think I'm a star.
Yeah, the hipster flea market.
And Hollywood flea market, Melrose Trading Post. And he was just blown away. And I'm just trying to sell benches to literally get money for food.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't have to be here. I mean, this is a passion. I mean, you had a sitcom. And he wouldn't give it up. That question in 35 different forms.
Yeah. If you guys don't know who Orny Adams is, he's a top-notch comedian, many specials. But his big break, he was in a movie with Jerry Seinfeld. There's just him and Jerry, basically, and it's called Comedian. And that kind of fits with him in Comedian, right? Because he was in his 20s in that movie.
Line, and sinker.
Yeah, right?
On dry land.
Yeah.
They couldn't have cast someone better.
I know. That guy just fell into their lap, right? Because now you're rooting for the billionaire who flies private, Come on, Jerry, you can, Yeah, because Orny in that movie was like, Yeah, exactly. It's like a puzzle. That would be shocking. It would be. Wouldn't it be shocking if you saw like this guy that had his own sitcom? Finally, that's what all a lot of comedians want to be on TV, and then you want and then you're like you have your own sitcom, and then you see that guy who had his like. If I saw Ray Romano making, you know what I mean, like
selling at a flea market,
cupcakes at the, you'd be like, wait, you do this for fun, right? Right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't blame Orny, but I watch this. I kind of realized like halfway into the first day. Oh shit! There's a billboard of me down the block at Melrose is still up, and here I am selling at a flea market.
Yeah.
So someone's gonna see me, someone's gonna ask, and it just happened to be Orny. And then the other guy was like the vice president of UPN.
Yeah.
And I might have told you this. I'm at a flea market, and it was cold. It was like a 60-degree day. Wasn't fun or festive. And he sees me at a swap meet sitting behind my booth, and he's hand in hand with another guy. So he didn't want to see me, seeing him, seeing me. And it was a very weird conversation. It was very gruff, like, oh, yeah, it's a hobby. Oh, and this is my friend. His hand was cold. Like, you know what I mean? He's covering for being with a gay guy.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
And I'm covering for being a mutt that sells out of a parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine came after two big movies. Sitcom, Miss Congeniality, Robert De Niro, 15 Minutes.
You know, I just realized something as you're saying all this. This is maybe those people that we still see around town wearing masks. Maybe that's what that is. Maybe they're former sitcom stars.
No, that's funny.
And they're trying not to...
That's funny. No, there's somebody that wants to do a TV show of like the 10 or 15 worst sitcoms ever and make us all a sitcom.
Oh, that's cool.
But, you know, it's the premise is a non-starter because the 15 people no one are going to know.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? What sitcom?
Yeah, but there's other ways. There's other things. Dude, I thank God you never know what's going to come through. I got a call the other day to do a voice on a cartoon that's being pitched, and the guy already sent me the sizzle reel, and it's with big people like Sherry Shepherd and Morgan Fairchild and Carlos Alazraqui and like all these big people.
Dropping more names than Oscar Schindler.
No, I know it's so rude. Michael Caine told you it was rude.
But it pays the whole bit?
Well, I mean, if they sell it. It's right now it's a sizzle thing, you know?
Well, on that note, I was involved in a cartoon, and could have been big money if it hits, and I talked my way out of it for having a big mouth and snapping on people.
No, AI took it over, don't you think?
I gave them a reason, but my point being, I have so much shit going on in my life that the fact I don't have to deal with those guys.
Yeah. You sound great, by the way. You sound. I was talking to you this whole time for the whole 2 weeks at the whole hospital situation. You sound like you're back.
Thank you.
I don't know what you feel like, but
I feel very good, dude.
You seem like you're 99 to 100%.
I was in a haze.
Yeah.
I was in I don't even dates.
Yeah.
And days just mixed together.
Do you want to talk more about the hospital stuff?
Sure.
I think that's pretty interesting. So, not because I think we kind of skipped over it. So, what happened? You went to New York.
Dialysis,
you come back. Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 3 years.
Yeah.
And it cleans out my blood. And I've gone on a lot of trips to see girlfriends. You know, I got hoes in different area codes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Pennsylvania, Long Island, Florida, and
a couple of anonymous states. Give those girls some shout outs.
Couple of nice guys. But my point being, I could always go for like 3 to...
By the way, I was just joking if any of those hoes are
3 to 4 days without dialysis, without anything. Like I get it on a Friday. I do Saturday, Sunday at a comedy club. I come back Monday to dialysis.
Yeah.
And over the years, I took 4 days. Right? Not recommended. Are you going to get one at the other end? No, I'm not going to get dialysis in a strange town. And sure enough, this one, I went to Long Island. I did 3 shows. I did 2 radio shows. And this was the longest. I got dialysis on a Tuesday, flew on a plane, and got dialysis on the following Tuesday. So now I'm 6.5 days without dialysis. But I functioned for a day, I functioned for the next day, and then all of a sudden, and I couldn't sleep. I was knocking stuff over, just drinks, food. I'm cooking cereal. I'm not my motor skills weren't matching up
you
with
just
my
felt
mind.
really tired.
This is the way I sum it up. Every breath was an effort, and every step was an effort. And I'm driving. I'm fuzzy. I'm driving. You know what I mean? It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
And over like a 3-day period, it got worse and worse. And Saturday morning, I woke up and said, I need to go to an emergency room right away. And I didn't know what was wrong with me. And my son goes, I'll be home to pick you up at noon. And right at 11 o'clock, I felt so bad, I took an Uber to Valley Presbyterian, was dizzy in the car ride, dropped me off. They put that little thing on your finger that you think is nothing. It's like some bullshit thing for 100 years.
Your little pointer finger.
It clips on. It's not digging through the skin, so what does it know?
Right.
And the guy looked up at me and said, sir, you're in very bad trouble. Do you have a COPD? I said, no. He said, do you have a history of COPD? I said, no. So now I'm thinking...
What is COPD?
It's something to do with your lungs can't get enough air.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, now I'm like, oh, I'm here 30 seconds and I have a new disease which is going to make me difficult to breathe for the rest of my life. Like, that's the only thing it could be. I thought I had COVID. He puts me right into the ICU. You follow? Not the regular hospital, ICU in room 119. And my wife died in that ICU in room 111 4 years ago to the day.
Wow.
The exact day.
Wow.
So they said, we got good news and bad news. Bad news is your O2 is very low. It's deadly low. But if we put an oxygen mask on you and shoot air right into your nose and you drink a less amount of water to get water out of your system and do a dialysis session. So they filled in another dialysis session while I was in bed. I had hoses, tubes, up the ass, up the nose.
Hoses
everything.
from different area codes.
Yeah, hoses and funny. And it wind up.
You sent me a picture of that. It was what? Here's what was weird. From my end, you sent me a photo. You said something like ICU, not feeling good, or something like that. And then you sent me a photo, and I was like, whoa. But then you sent me another one, and you sent a little photo, and you go, hey, it looks like our buddy. And it was like somebody that was in your room. I don't know.
Okay.
You were making a joke or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, okay, he's just like joking around. But then you went radio silent. I didn't hear from you for like freaking 4 or 5 days, dude.
Yeah, no.
And it was getting weird. I looked at your Instagram. You hadn't posted. I was like, ugh, nothing on the stories. I'm like, what is going on? And then I was like, man, like it was getting kind of weird there. I was weird. It was weird.
So
man.
in the ICU for about 36 hours.
Yeah.
A day and a half, hose around my nose. Watch this.
Which one? What state is she from?
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry.
And when it blows air in your nose, it makes the back of your mouth dry.
Yeah.
Dry as you could ever imagine. It's a 24/7 blow up the nose.
Ever since you told me that, I love having glasses of water. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I already would drink water. I'm like, you know what? This is for John when he couldn't have any water.
My mouth was so dry, and there was a limited amount of water, and they put food. I couldn't look at the food, and I had insomnia. So basically, they let me out 36 hours. My breathing got to where it was, but I was still extremely hazy, and I had insomnia. So I don't know if you ever had this bad insomnia that you don't sleep at all. And then the next day, you have to deal with the next day's tasks with no sleep.
Wow.
It doesn't go away. That the lack of sleep from the night before infiltrates your every move.
And it's weird when you're so tired and you see the sun's out and you're like, what the? It's like weird.
Right. And then on top of everything, I used marijuana for the last 27 years. So for those 7 or 8 days, I just didn't smoke any pot. And I was going through withdrawal from a drug, which I would never think. In a million years, my daughter said, Dad, a lot of this stuff, the non-sleep and all that, you haven't smoked pot in 7 days. Your body is withdrawing. And she said, why don't you just smoke some pot? And sure enough, on like the 8th night, I forced myself to smoke some pot, and I slept that night. So it was, the whole thing was weird. Yeah. I'm back. Thank God. When I lay in bed now and I don't have that hose around my neck and all these tubes up to my heart, and I just go, oh my God, I'm laying in a nice warm bed. I'm 15 feet from my yoo-hoos.
Yeah.
And my Boost.
Yeah.
I drink Boost now.
Oh, good. Boost. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I started.
But you're like, no more cigars. Let me cut this.
No, I
crap
cut
out.
the cigars out, and I wanted to cut the pot out just for health reasons. No one told me to stop, but the withdrawal was so much that I smoke a little bit now. Like I have to maintain, like a drug addict. But I'm on my health.
That's good. You drinking more water now?
Yes.
You're trying to make up for that water that you didn't drink. I mean, come on. It's like, man. Wow.
And now I treated dialysis like it was just, here's the term, like it was just anything. But my doctor said it's not just anything. It's the only thing. It's keeping you alive, and you didn't treat it properly. And I didn't. You know, I flew to Florida, I flew to Pennsylvania, I flew to New York.
Yeah.
And I just went 1 or 2 days too long. But I'm back.
You're back. You're back.
And I didn't know how close I was. My daughter called the nurse's station and said, if your dad didn't come in at 11:15 a.m. on Saturday to the emergency room, if he had waited an hour, he might have gone to the big flea market in the sky. So that's how close I was.
I'm glad you didn't listen to your son, you know.
And it was torturous, dude.
Yeah.
Laying in bed with a dry throat.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can't sleep. And you have apparatus stuck around, you know, around your ears. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Interesting. But you're back.
And every moment, you're awake.
Yeah. Damn.
But I'm back.
And you're sleeping better now.
Oh, dude. I had a wet dream last night. I would have had 2, but I fell asleep. No, I am sleeping.
That's good.
And I remember every dream I have. That's another weird thing.
Wow.
I don't know if you do.
Are you getting out there in the sun now, getting some vitamin D?
A little bit in the sun.
Because that's what you need too.
Yeah. But I do have to admit, over the last 2 or 3 days while I'm coming out of it, if I have a choice to go to my shop and or sit in the sun or kick my feet up and doom scroll with girls with big fat asses on Instagram, that's easier.
Yeah. No, you got to get out there. Get back to the shop.
No, I am. I built a couple of things. You probably saw them. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Dealing with a few customers.
Nice. Any wild customers lately?
Right now is a guy from Long Island. He's a Flid.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's 100% Flid. Same upbringing as me. And he has an interesting job. He does the music and the movies.
Wow.
So if it's like a scary scene, he just taps on an anvil with a hammer.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Damn, he must be, man, you know what? They feel like, I was going to say, he must be nervous about AI. Have you talked to him about that?
No, but a lot of people, I just, at one of my shows, now you got to remember, I did 2 big shows in Long Island. A lot of fans came out. And afterwards was a guy in the lobby, and he said, do you remember me? And I go, Matt Bailey? And I haven't seen him in 40 years. And he was very respectful. Remember at this party when you made fun of that guy? His whole life is revolved around John DiResta zingers that have been floating around for 40 years.
Wow, that's cool.
And I said, what do you do for a living? He said, I'm a set designer in the union, and we're all being ready to be put out of work because they could just make it on a computer.
Yeah, I was at the Laugh Factory last night, and this guy brought that up to Fraser. He's like, hey, I heard that iHeartRadio is really pushing, like, we are human beings. We have human beings, you know, or something like that. Like, that's their slogan now or something about, because, you know, these other stations are going to, you know, could replace DJs with just AI.
Right. Even now, when you flick on something on YouTube, you could almost tell that the voiceover guy is AI because he doesn't hit the right. He doesn't hit the name of the actor the right way.
Yeah. I don't like those videos where you don't know if it's AI or not. I don't like those. I think they should be clearly labeled. So if you're like into that and you don't care, you're like, it's entertaining, I'll watch it. But I don't like when you get tricked. Like, like they'll be like, look at this wolf, it gets trapped in the ice. And then the guy goes and gives it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation or whatever. You're like, okay, that's AI, man. But there'll be other ones that they look so real. It looks so, but if you're,
I think more and more of it is AI. I've been replaced in this cartoon with AI. And the only thing I liked was that they didn't use my voice. I thought they would definitely use my voice and my rhythm.
Yeah.
And I had a legal problem. They didn't. But what they did make, I thought was pretty good. So
Yeah.
why would you deal with a temperamental actor that could have a drug problem that doesn't show up on the
Yeah.
biggest day?
I know. Because
Who needs it?
I know. My son, he shout out to Os the Bass Boss. Yeah. He has a new song, man. It's amazing. It's so cool. This is a new thing for us. It's on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple. Guys, buy it. If you want to buy it on iTunes, you want to show a little love, show it to him. It's only 69 cents. It's called The Bugman by Os the Bass Boss. And he's gonna do like a lyric video where he's actually working on it now, where he's putting the lyrics, and it looks really cool. But he also wants to do like a real music video,
Right.
And we were thinking about that, where we're like, oh, make sure you have people sign releases, because what if they see it and they're like, oh, I don't want to be in it anymore, take me out, and then you're like,
Yeah.
So I was thinking that's probably what's good about AI in a sense. Like, you don't have to have anyone sign releases. You just
Right.
you could just give it the prompts. Like, I want 3 people that look like this. I want 2 girls that are dressed like cheerleaders. I want, a heavy metal guy over here.
I'm almost 90% sure I saw Elvis Presley on the Tonight Show last night, and it was all fake. It was all AI.
I wonder. Somebody said, I hate when people. Oh, I almost said something stupid, but screw it. I'll say it anyways. I hate when people send me AI stuff because I don't like it. I don't like it, guys. Like,
It's a wave of the future.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like I have a friend that knows I'm an Elvis fan, so he'll send me weird Elvis doing weird stuff. Like, here's Elvis in, The Wizard
Jurassic
of Oz.
Park.
Yeah, here's Elvis, and I'm just like, I don't want to see it. I like the real Elvis footage. I don't
Yeah,
want to
no,
see
I
it.
get
I'm
it.
not, I'm not
I
into
get
that genre. I look at it like a genre, and I want to know that it's a genre, and it's like, okay, if you're in the mood for Bruce Lee and Mr. Rogers talking to each other, and that's cool.
I want to do a character in my stand-up that I basically saw in AI stand-up. You know what I mean? Why do Jews have a cheap attitude? Like, whatever joke I make, it's not me.
Oh, yeah, you talk like a robot?
Yeah. It's just,
Great to be here,
Yeah.
folks. Yeah.
good crowd. You in the red hat.
Yeah.
What do you do?
For work. What do you do for work? Remember, people used to say, what do you do for a living? Now they've changed it. What do you do for work? I wonder why.
I didn't know that.
It's one of those weird things that...
I got to be honest with you. I never saw it coming. I don't know why it exists. I guess people are impressed by it. But comedians doing crowd work is the most boringest thing on the internet. There's very few of them that have a snappy comeback.
The thing that is good, though, is I noticed, and I've tried to implement this a little bit, is a camera shot of the audience.
Right, I get it.
So that I like. When it's
It
like,
adds a little to it.
where you see the guy, hey, what's going on over there? And then you see the 2 girls. What do you guys like? And then they you show the whatever.
Did you see
Renee Vaca?
Yeah,
That one?
something
Yeah.
about the guys like, you got to know where you're at, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like an aggressive threat.
Yeah. No, that was a good one. That was, who was that? That wasn't Renee Vaca.
Yeah, I think it was. And he goes, Cholos used to be tough. Look at this guy. He's got the
yeah.
bangs.
Oh, yeah. No. That was Renee. That was another guy. That was Robert Zapata.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, because Robert jumped off the stage, but like in a friendly way. And he goes, can I get a hug? They like hugged it out or something. But no, the one with Renee Vaca was where there was like a whole crowd fight. Like the girls were fighting and getting arrested. And then Renee's having the DJ play that Spanish song, La Chona. Like dancing to it and like getting arrested. It was crazy. It was like...
Well, that might be the next wave, right?
It's almost like Jerry Springer, like a Jerry Springer type
Jerry
of
Springer thing,
comedy show,
right? And people are going to tune in to watch it, so it's prompted.
Or go there to check because you never know what's going to happen. Alfred Robles has really tapped into that. Like when he promotes his shows, he's like, come for the comedy, stay for the drama.
Okay, so he's worked it in.
Yeah, it's and I believe one of his specials is going to be, if everything goes right, you never know what they're going to buy, but an hour of stand-up comedy with material and and then an hour of like bringing people on stage and playing with them and all that. So
wow,
it's really interesting how comedy is always evolving. Like
anything goes.
You know what I mean? Like from the 1800s up until today, like how it's changed. Like I was reading the history of comedy in a couple of books, and they said just the amplification system, just having a microphone, because before you had to project your voice, but
right.
only play rooms, of a certain size. But then now you can fill 20,000 people and whisper to them because it goes through amplification. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it could go and what we could do now that both of us have a foundation. Me, you, Steve Marshall, and Brian Holtzman have, 120 years of sets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a foundation.
I'm finding I'm at a place now I can tell a story like kind of like, I mean, if it's in my mind, like pretty fresh, I can say it once and it gets the laughs that I want, and then I might not do it again unless I'm riffing and it comes up a year later and I'm like, oh,
right. You could trust your now improvs.
Yeah. Now,
as compared to I got to do set number joke one leads to joke two. To me, that slows me down.
Yeah.
I did 3 shows in Long Island.
Do you ever? Yeah.
And one of them was a non-paid but a practice show. And I was on someone else's show. I was just number 7 out of 10. And I tried to be a comedian. And it didn't. I felt it while I was up there when I went home and took notes.
Yeah.
And the next 2 big shows, Friday and Saturday, I just came out slinging and zinging, and it was way funnier, and it was just more fun.
Yeah, it is, right? I've done those shows where you're trying to maybe there's someone important in the room, and I got to impress them, and so I'm trying to be more like that's not good, as opposed to when you're just naturally like, yourself. Let me ask you a question. I want to do a bit about field trips when you're a kid.
Right.
And you guys go on field trips.
Right.
And
I loved them.
Yeah. Tell me some of the places you would go. Do you remember?
Well, I lived in Long Island.
Yeah.
I lived 20 miles from New York City. Oh. So the big trip was to go to the Museum of Natural History, Central Park, maybe Coney Island, maybe Rockaway Beach Playland. But I always look forward to them.
Statue of Liberty?
Extra candy.
Yeah. Did you get Statue of Liberty?
Statue of Liberty, I don't remember going to as a kid, but I'm sure it was one of them.
Have you ever been there in life?
No. Statue of Liberty I've never been to. I've been to Eisenhower Park. Empire State Building.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I went there.
No, Statue of Liberty I never did. I did the Circle Line. That's a boat that goes all the way around Manhattan.
Oh, wow. What was that like? Fun, right?
Yeah, that was
those
fun.
are like cool field trips.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, I talked to a buddy of mine because I want to do that. I'll mention some of those locations. And a friend of mine that grew up here in Los Angeles. And I go, what were your field trips like? And he goes, oh, they were dope, man. I was talking to Kareem Matthews. He's been on the Pocket Party podcast. He was telling me they went to the Children's Museum when he was 9 years old. And it was amazing. He goes, I'm sure it's still cool today because he goes, that was back then. And guess who was at the Children's Museum for their field trip? And it was on purpose.
Michael Jackson.
Henry Winkler.
Wow.
Fonzie, the Fonz. And he said he read a story to his class. Like all his classmates, they sit down in their chairs, and then the Fonz came out and spoke to them. And then he read a story to them. I mean, that's an amazing field trip.
The first day we lived in L.A., we went to some special pizza parlor. You know it? In Beverly Hills.
Oh, yeah.
Mulberry.
Yeah.
We lived in L.A. 24 hours. We rented a car. Let's go to Beverly Hills. Yeah. We go to Mulberry Street Pizza. And Sabrina goes, there's nobody famous here.
Really?
And as she said that, Arthur Fonzarelli leaned in and said, can I borrow this cheese? It was a nice moment.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And he heard her say that.
Yeah.
So he played it up.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I always liked the class trip.
I was thinking, ours like field trips. I was thinking, so where I grew up in Fresno, California, the breadbasket to the world. One of our field trips was the dairy. We went to a dairy,
right?
With cows and stuff. It's a long way from what you went to,
Right, and it smelled.
You know what? It probably did, but I didn't. You don't care about that. I don't think. I think the cool thing for us was like, this is where milk was made. This is where cheese was made. And at the end of the tour, we all got like to have cheese samples, and it was a big thing when you were a kid. Like, nice. Whoa, cheese samples
that came out of that cow's gonads.
You don't even think about it because you're in second grade. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Another field trip. I'll tell you a cool field trip we went to was San Francisco. We got to go to San Francisco and got to go to this cool museum. I don't know. It's probably one of the biggest museums in the world, but it's there. It was in San Francisco, and I just remember, like, because it's far. So you'd have to we got up and it was dark, and we get in the school buses and we drive the 3 hours, and that was the first time I got to see I forget the name, like Golden Gate Park, maybe kind of like your park, but it's not as big, obviously. But that was
the bridge.
The Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge. You're seeing all that, and then you're seeing like people flying kites in the park, like these big kites. It was really popular in San Francisco because of the wind, and then the museum. It was just amazing. Another field, but if I do a bit about this, I'll probably leave that one out because the dairy was kind of funny. And then another one that we went to was a place called Kearney Mansion. And that's just basically a big house. But
we went to that in Long Island, the Vanderbilt home.
Yeah.
The Vanderbilts.
Right.
I would never thought of that.
Yeah, see, it's cool, right? Like, and I looked it up, and this guy was like a raisin baron, in 1900.
Wow.
He 6,000 acres of raisins, and
I always liked the lunch. I would pack a special lunch with extra candy. Like it was for us, packing that candy full of lunch, like different candies, was a big part of it.
That's cool.
And then obviously the parents came. You got to see what so and so's mother looked like. And so and so's father was a hook nose.
Yeah, you're like,
etc.
that's what their dad looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I remember the most ghetto field trip we took was literally across the street to our teacher's house.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah. Shout out to Mrs. Snavely. Yeah, and it was I remember we actually had to have the permission slip and everything, and
I remember those.
We just walked across the street, but yeah, I guess her house was decorated in like with different themes. Like, this is my bathroom, and see all the seashells that we have, and she had
ghetto class trip, right?
Yeah, and then this is my Barbie doll collection, and look at all my different cuckoo clocks in this room, and yeah, that was pretty. That was it, but it was interesting though, reading about back to the raisin baron. He would pay his employees in I think the word is called crypt. No, not crypt. Anyways, it's money that is only good
at his store.
Yeah, basically.
Oy.
And that's what I was going to say earlier when we were talking about coal miners. Like back in the day, they would get paid in this coal mining money, and that was only good at the company store or certain. If they had a relationship, I forget that word, whatever that word is, but
I couldn't do it. I don't know how somebody could be laying down on their stomach or bent over all day.
Imagine if we worked at the Laugh Factory and then we only got like Laugh Factory bucks. Oh yeah, buddy, we have grocery store. And then you can buy Laugh Factory jacket, Laugh Factory watch, Laugh Factory T-shirt.
We have Laugh Factory koozies.
Laugh Factory. Everything Laugh Factory. You money good here. Yeah. And they outlawed that, obviously. But you know what? I think Amazon got in a little bit of trouble because for one of their locations out of the country in Mexico, apparently they were giving people like, Amazon,
Amazon bucks.
So that kind of made like the news for a little while, but I thought that was interesting. But yeah, field trips. Anyways, guys, this has been a field trip today. Thank you for hanging in there and listening to this Pocket Party podcast. Come see me on the road. All my links are in my bio. Go to Linktree. You'll see me on there. I'm available for Cameo. I'll do a personalized video for you for your birthday, little pep talk. Dude, you know what? Somebody hired me. Get this, John. I had 2 really nice ones this week. Somebody hired me for his girlfriend's birthday.
Right.
And she was a New Kids on the Block fan. So, they go, do you have any, I Like My Women? So I named some songs. But then I told some personal stories because I got to open for the New Kids on the Block back when I was around 20 years old. And I told that story and I gave a little insight. And then it was great. I sent it to them. And then a few days later, they sent a tip in. I'm like, yes, thank you.
Nice.
And then I did another video. By the way, if you want to see these videos, become a member on my YouTube channel. I'm putting up private videos on my YouTube channel for members only. Shout out to the special members out there. Shout out to Galaxy Goddess. She's one of the members. And there's a few others. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. But Galaxy Goddess, she's awesome. She communicates with us, as you know, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I know her name, Galaxy
Houston.
Goddess. So thank you. She's like our what'd you call her? Like a Tony Robbins.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
She's great, man.
Go girl.
You go girl out there in Beaumont, Texas. We're hoping to get there. Shout out to there's one more member I wrote down. It's a pretty simple. Gosh, I'm so sorry. Simon Jackson. Shout out to Simon Jackson.
Where are you on New Year's Eve? Anywhere yet?
Oh, you know what? I'm in Santa Barbara. Shout out Santa Barbara. Come see me in Santa Barbara.
Where?
Yeah, and I'm also going to be in Albuquerque. I'm also going to be in Phoenix. And I'm also going to be in Clovis. Everything is on the link tree. I'm going to be Santa Barbara. I'm going to be, hold on one second. New Year's Eve, I will be performing in Santa Barbara. Oh, you know what? I didn't write where it's going to be, but I'm going to be there.
Okay.
I haven't posted it yet.
Hotel?
Inside information. I think it's a theater. And
Did they get you a hotel?
yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh yeah. I put it in the. I said, listen, man, it's New Year's. You know.
Yeah, you don't want to be driving.
I don't want to
120
drive on
miles.
New Year's. Yeah, hell no. It's 33 West Victoria Street is where I will be.
You need an opener?
I think he's got. Oh, I'm going to be at the New Vic Theater. The New Vic Theater.
Santa Barbara or Goleta? Let's get real.
Santa Barbara, as far as I know. I mean, as far as I
Wait till
know.
you get there.
I know, right? Well, I don't care because it's going to be a hotel. It's going to be fun and all that good stuff and whatnot. But okay, so anything else? Anything you want to plug? People?
No, it's funny that you say the gigs come in weirdly. While I was in my haze for 7 days, I got hit up to do a TV commercial for a new humongous marijuana store in Lancaster
Oh, cool.
to be like the spokesman.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You going to do it?
I'm going to do it, but
Yeah.
I don't know what she wants from me.
Is it on camera? Is it voiceover?
I think it's on camera.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. He's back. That's right. Guys, listen, thank you for checking out the Pocket Party podcast. Like I said, subscribe. That way you'll always know when a new episode comes up. And if you're on my YouTube channel, go over there and leave some comments and smash that like button. All right, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
here
Derek
we go.
Carter, the
$1,
party starter.
thank you.
John DiResta. Let's give him a free I like my women.
Yeah.
I like my women like I like my
Rubber bands.
rubber bands. Dude, I can't think of anything. Like
Take two.
stretchable. Hold on.
Take two.
Rubber bands is really good because the first thing I thought of is I knew this guy. He used to, one of his insults was like, he'd say, "Hey, put a rubber band around your head and snap out of it." Well, listen, we got to go do this right now. He'd say, "Put a rubber band around your head and snap out of it." That's the first thing I thought of. All right, here we go. Take two. I love my women like I like my
Meatballs.
meatballs. Italian and covered with that special sauce.
Ooh, hello.
Spicy.
I'm over here now.
You have 3 meatball subs?
I do.
Dude, I'm starving. No, I'm just no. We got to give it to the homeless. We got to give it to the
I'll give
homeless.
you one.
No,
Very
I'm gonna go home and eat something. But it's so funny. You said meatball subs, and then now you said meatballs. So I'm like, where are they?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it being nice tomorrow.
Dude, being nice feels good, right?
Yeah.
That's really good. Gosh, man, love it. All right, guys, thank you again. Pocket Party Podcast.
Thank you. $1.
Thank you.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to the Pocket Party